Are you gonna crawl down? Very good. Very good. You wanna go outside? So, I was meaning to do a 12-month update with Jane, and it is now 15 months into her existence, so I am 3 months late. So, praise updates! So, yeah, so that's why I didn't do a 12-month update. Actually, I didn't give a reason. I just, general tardiness and shenanigans. But here she is, all big and 15 months and stuff. I'll share with you some vlog footage that I've been taking as well, just of her, like, moving around and doing things, because a lot has changed. I think the last one I did was 10 months. What have you learned, Jane? She learned how to walk. That's pretty good. She walks very well. She even runs, and that's a pretty common thing. What else does she do? She points at things and goes, da, da.
Dances.
Does she dance?
Yeah, she was just dancing.
She does squats, right? Michael and I were talking about this. She doesn't know words in the sense of like being able to clearly articulate a word. So for example, she knows, oh, are you going now? She knows kitty cat, but she says da 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 instead of kitty cat. So it's not like clear. And there's other words she knows too. Like she can point to your nose. She can bring me things if I ask her for it. So it's like, if we ask her to grab her bib, or can you bring me your socks, or things like that. She understands that. Basic commands. So basically she's like a puppy. She gets really hangry too. So as soon as she sees us cooking in the kitchen and she wants to eat supper, she has like no patience for waiting. We're eating a watermelon together right now. She's off camera. The far cuter part of this watermelon eating exchange is off camera. Very good. I can't tell if you can see her. There she goes.
Watermelons. Goodbye.
Oh. No, bring them to Dad. Go eat. No, Dad's gonna give you a watermelon. Well, that almost worked. Dad, give me watermelon. Jane's just walking around with like a container of watermelon. So somewhere between like the 12-month mark and the 15-month mark, she turned into a human. She doesn't just like babble randomly anymore. It's like when she says something, it has more of a purpose. Like she's talking. But again, like she doesn't have specific words, like aside from things that we know what she's saying. Like she can say dada and she means dada. Things like that, but like nothing that's super articulated. What other words does she know? She knows banana, like she'll say nana. But again, there's an articulation development left to happen there. Yeah, somewhere between 12 months and 15 months, she turned into a real human. So what I mean by that is like, aside from when she speaks, she's like actually referring to something. But aside from that, so she learned how to walk, and walking makes her just so much more of a real human. That makes like a huge difference. But there's just like some indefinable quality that I've noticed in her. It's just so much easier to interact with her. I think the communication is less one-sided now. She gets a lot of what I'm saying. So if I tell her to go bring the watermelon to Dada or something like that, like eventually she'll figure it out and she can listen to that. So since communication starts becoming less one way and more two ways, it makes her seem more like a person. That's like been huge. I actually think because of it, overall she's been a happier person too. I feel like I've said that in every update. She gets like happier and happier as a baby. Just because she can do more. She's a little more independent. She can do stairs now. Like she can go up and down. So we don't have to like fearfully monitor her at the stairs anymore. Like things like that. She likes going outside with me when I'm doing gardening and stuff like that. So a lot of the activities that I do anyway on a daily basis, like gardening or, you know, chores like laundry, stuff like that, she can help with now. So sometimes help is pulling the leaves out of the bag when I'm putting the leaves in the bag when I'm raking the yard, but she's still like engaged in the same activities that I am in. And yeah, she's walking around with a book right now. You can't see it. She also really likes taking books off the bookshelf. What do you have? Nana! These are good comics. We are still, what else can I say? We are still cloth diapering. That we don't expect that to change until we potty train her. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. The earliest that'll happen is at 18 months. But we honestly haven't talked about it at all, so who knows what's going to happen there. So yeah, she's still in the cloth diapers. They're working fine. No real crazy updates there. Actually, the batch of cloth diapers that we bought like a set of 10 shells and 20 inserts or something like that. And we basically have to do a load of laundry every 2 days just to make sure she always has like fresh diapers. And with that volume of washing,
And
so
if they smell when you leave them too long.
yes, we do not want to have stinky diaper swamps. So I was just trying to do a little bit of math. She's been alive for like, what, 400 days-ish? So that means we've done about 200 loads of laundry with the diapers. And 2 of the shells have kind of like fallen, they haven't fallen apart, but the Velcro's gotten a little crappy on them. But after like 200 washes, I feel like that's actually pretty good. I feel like we definitely got our money's worth. I don't think it's cheaper than buying regular diapers, what we've done. Like, maybe a little bit in the long run, but probably not significantly. But it has been really easy, and they were expensive. We got the, what's the brand called? Soft Buttons. And we've been really happy with them. Although I would say that the buttons are probably a better investment because the Velcro will start failing on you. Although it is easier to use the Velcro. You took off your socks. Yep. Those are your socks. We're also still nursing. We've fallen into a little bit of a rhythm where she nurses at nap times and bedtimes now pretty much. Every now and then, it just depends on the day, she'll nurse like at a time that isn't related to bedtime. But yeah, that's pretty much what she's doing there. No intention on stopping that anytime soon. I feel like if I wanted to traumatize my child, we would stop doing that. She's very attached to nursing. And she has her own bed now, and we decided to go Japanese style and get a floor futon on a tatami mat. And it's really cute because she likes going into her room and like rolling around on the bed and stuff. And now when she wants to go to bed, she will point to my chest. She'll go like this, that, and then she'll start waving. She wants to go bye-bye, so that's her way of telling us that she wants to go to bed, is she'll just start waving. It's very charming. Oh, you have a globe. I should actually, we should go to the bedroom and I'll show you her little sleep setup. So I'm still sleeping, like I'm still co-sleeping with her, but now we're in her bedroom. We're just kind of transitioning her to be able to sleep in her bed alone. And she's usually pretty good. Like we'll usually leave her, we just started leaving her for the first 6 hours of the night in there by herself. And she's generally pretty good about that. And then I just, finish the remainder of the night with her usually. So this is her little bed. It's just, it's basically just a futon that is like a Japanese style single futon. And there's sorry Jane, it's the tatami mat underneath to give it a little bit of like, I don't know, padding, I guess. It just makes it not like sitting on firm ground. Yeah, she quite enjoys it. The thing about this age though is she is kind of like a tornado with making messes and stuff. So you can like clean up and then all of a sudden there's like socks and books and stuff on the floor. And it's just a little bit of a never-ending series. That's my sock. That's my sock. Thank you. Thanks for my sock. Very good. Those are my socks. I just want to touch on the subject of TV too because I don't know. I feel like parents have to do what they have to do to get through the days, and if that involves using screen time or things like that, I have absolutely no judgment. That being said, TV isn't a regular feature of my life, so it isn't a regular feature of Jane's just kind of by default. She does get TV like when she's out of the people's houses, like the babysitter and stuff, and it doesn't bother me at all. But when we're at home, do you hear my just sneezing? He's a disaster right now. But yeah, since I don't really watch TV, and I know that probably sounds, I don't know, it depends on where we're coming from, but to most people I feel like that sounds a little ridiculous, but we actually don't turn on the TV most days. Sometimes if we do, it's just because Michael's playing video games or something at the end of the day. But we used to watch just like a ton of Netflix, and we haven't. And it's not because we made like a firm moral stance on it. It's just we ran out of time. And then that time period where we would watch from 7 to 9 or 7 to 10 p.m. is just like such a precious block of time that other things just seem more important. The exception being with Game of Thrones. We are watching... What?
And video games.
I already mentioned video games, but that's a you thing, that's not a me thing. Hi!
Also, you can have one more.
You should give Jane a little.
No, no,
Mmm. Good job. We sit when we eat food. We are really proud of her for being like such a good little spice baby. She's no stranger to spicy food, and she used to cry a little. It sounds like we're torturous parents, but she did used to like not love spicy food, but now every now and then when she eats, like we eat like Indian food and stuff a lot.
Your hands.
And especially when we get takeout, they don't go light on the spices. So she just kind of gets it by default. What's the worst that happens? She usually just like coughs a little, her face goes a little red. But she seems to like it. We're eating some, this is like a vegan chicken drumstick. It's on a little bamboo stick. And yeah, she still drinks quite a lot of milk, but she's, in general, she's a pretty good eater. She's not a good eater when she's teething. Or when she like is kind of ill. But that makes sense because who eats a lot of food when their throat hurts and stuff, right? And while I'm showing you things, I might as well show you my plants. It's very gray in here today. We're apparently supposed to get a snowstorm, so I don't know. So you'll notice that some of my plants are just crazy leggy, like they look hideous. And I think it's because they didn't get enough sun in like their first couple days of sprouting life. Some of our other ones, like the Swiss chard and stuff back here, is much nicer. And then you'll see this stuff back here is much nicer. It's basically just about a bunch of seedlings of like peppers and eggplants and lettuces. My husband built a lettuce box out back, so that's where we're gonna be doing all the transplants and stuff like that. And who needs toys when you have bell peppers and window handles? What are you pointing at? Oh, the plant pots. We are sitting down to a supper of Michael's hand. We're having some vegan mac and cheese with Brussels sprouts. And we got these like vegan drumstick things and we're getting into that. I see that Jane is going for the mac and cheese as the favorite. I am not surprised. I'm going to wrap up this video. I don't have time to put my camera back on the tripod because there's chaos and stuff and cooking and etc. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this update. It was kind of more of a life update as opposed to just a strictly baby one. But yeah, we're having lots of fun. I'll probably try to do another one of these when she's 18 months because that seems like a pretty awesome milestone. But who knows, maybe it'll be 3 months late and then we're doing like 21. I had to think about the math in my head. A 21-month update, but we'll try to catch up at 18. Okay, bye!
Dap dap scoob out. Dooey dap dap doo.